What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury brands Anthony Joshua a mug after the Deontay Wilder criticism, okay? Tyson Fury has taken another dig at the fellow British heavyweight Anthony Joshua after the latter gave his opinion on Fury's third fight with Deontay Wilder. Now, the backstory, Anthony Joshua mentioned some things about Deontay Wilder's performance against Tyson Fury. Okay, not Tyson Fury to Deontay, not Tyson Fury's performance, but Deontay's performance. And Joshua, said that, hey, Wilder tried to get that power and that ferociousness, but you have to have it up here, pointing at his head, before you can have it here, pointing, raising his fists. Before you get to that level, you have to have it here as well, which he was pointing to his head. Joshua's quotes were then fired back by Tyson Fury. Okay. Tyson Fury said this. He said, the irony of this mug. And it is ironic. Let's be real. Okay. Anthony Joshua saying this, what Deontay Wilder supposed to had. But damn, what did you supposed to have? You supposed to have the same shit that you claimed that Deontay Wilder tried to have. Wilder had 2 knockdowns. You didn't. Now, don't get me wrong. Joshua landed some good shots, some decent shots on Alexander Usyk, but you didn't really see him land that shot that caught him, you know what I mean? That money shot, that right uppercut that stretched Klitschko's neck, that left hook that dropped Andy Ruiz. You don't those are the type of punches that you are accustomed to seeing Anthony Joshua land. You didn't see those land like that. And then I think people need to give Alexander Usyk better credit then, because he did take some decent shots, but it wasn't that money shot. It wasn't that ferociousness, that we've seen Joshua have in the future. So he knew, or he should have known before making that comment, that people are going to criticize him for saying that about Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder is a totally different animal than Anthony Joshua. Totally different. He's less skilled. The right hand has power that can shut your lights out or can put you down to the floor. It could change the whole duration of the fight, right? But he went for it. So having it up here saying that ferociousness, where was the ferociousness from Anthony Joshua? That's where the irony's coming at. Because a lot of people dude, you got to get that ferociousness back. You got to get that animal back. Like he's claiming, or like he's claiming that he will get this in the second fight. You will see that. Okay, so I hope that's what we see from Anthony Joshua. Because as far as Tyson Fury should respond, because if he's criticizing what Deontay Wilder should have done or whatnot, it's taking credit away from what Tyson Fury did do. And Tyson Fury went in there and had a drug out fight with Deontay Wilder, which was a spectacular fight, because we've seen a lot of contact blows. We've seen a lot of action. We've seen multiple knockdowns. We've seen a lot of that shit. In the Joshua Usyk fight, we've seen Usyk box Anthony Joshua round after round after round. That's what we saw. And then we saw no type of ferociousness. Yeah, he went to the body at some, but he could have been doing that. Okay? He was unsure on the game plan on what to do going into the ring. And that just showed he was uncertain on what to do. And his corner would not help him. They did not. Okay, so that ferociousness that he claims that Deontay Wilder needs, he needs some of that shit too. Okay, he needs that ferociousness that people are like, hey man, take it to him. Take it right to him. See, if we'd have seen a knockdown and then Anthony Joshua stopped, it would have been a fantastic fight either way. Why? Because he at least went for the gusto. And then let me lay this down for you. In the 12th round of Joshua Usyk, Joshua, yes, he went side to side, but he was trying to avoid punches without throwing his own. You know what I mean? You don't go side to side in defense mode when someone's attacking you and you're getting hit with half of them without exchanging back. That's where you show the ferociousness. That was the opportunity to show that ferociousness. Okay, and we didn't see any of that shit. We seen a guy that looked tired, that looked like he didn't want to engage, and he was just trying to survive. Okay, that's why the controversy about that damn and then that bell ringing, right? So, you knew he was going to get pushed back from this, and he should get pushed back, because a lot of people like, how you gonna? That's common knowledge. That is one of the like cut and dry things you need to understand about anything when you're dealing with criticizing people or critiquing people, right? Like, don't talk about someone else's faults without mentioning your own. Okay, because this is what you're going to get. And Tyson Fury was like, hey, look at the irony. This fool, saying this type of shit. And paid a little regard of what happened to him, because a lot of people's opinion, it's better to go out on your shield and try instead of go in defensive mode, right? And not. Okay, so that's what we seen Wilder do versus what we seen Joshua do. Okay, so yes, I don't think this is over, because Tyson Fury will probably add to this, but it wasn't too bad, but it was definitely ironic, because that's the first thing I thought of when I read the article yesterday about what Anthony Joshua said. I'm like, damn, that's ironic. He shouldn't have said that. You tripping, because it's like, okay, you're talking about that fight, this guy and that. No, I think you need to focus on the rematch between yourself and the new unified heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Tyson Fury firing back at Anthony Joshua for his comments about Deontay Wilder's performance. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.